Hey Susan, how you doing? Hey Stephanie, how are you? Did you find another place yet? Hang on one sec here, okay? How you guys doing? Hey Pug, how you doing? Pretty nice day. It's cooled off around here. Bugs are back at it tonight. I'm gonna try those new attachments on the skidster tomorrow. Hey Beelzebub, how are you? How you doing? I just came out here. I go pee-pee Daisy? How's she doing?
Feels good.
Is she doing better?
No, she don't feel good.
Yeah, I wonder what's wrong with her.
I don't know. I think she's hurt herself, maybe her back or something. She's real soft, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Huh.
She wanted to get down off the bed and she wasn't sure about getting down.
Yeah, probably strained a muscle.
They do it.
Yeah, no, she does. It's got that long back.
Yep.
You know? Well, hopefully she gets better.
Yeah, she will.
And I watched that Ron White video. That's funny. It's nice out.
He's a trip. But you wasn't there.
Yeah, it was good. Now, how old would that be? Because he looks a lot different now.
I don't know. That video said like 6 or 8 years, but that was older than that.
Yeah.
Come on, Days.
Come on, Daisy. Go buddy bye, hon. Go Betty, hon. Hey, Beth. How you doing? Yeah, it's dark. You got that right. Where you been, Beth?
I'm going to crack this door.
Yeah, I'll put her in there.
She looks like she may be trying to play.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
You know, that happens from time to time.
Huh?
I mean, she ran around quite a bit the other day.
Yeah, but, you know, out here, anything can happen. So.
Turn that light on, see what she's doing. She might just be sitting on the grass. There she is out there. You want to go, Betty, hon? Want to go, Betty? Yeah, I think she's going to the bathroom. Good girl, hon. Daisy hadn't been feeling too good today. Good girl, hon. Yeah, it's definitely dark, Susan. Big time. Oh, you're working, Beth. Okay. That's good. Stephanie, how you doing? Hey Sharon, how you doing? How's it going? Hey. Yeah, she felt she's a little under the weather today. A lot of turkeys out running around today. I keep trying to get them on video, but you can't see that great with his cell phone. Bunch of babies. I'm in Crawfordville, Georgia. Yeah, it's been hotter than hell down here this summer. Not too bad today. I forget, where are you at, Beth? Where are you living? Oh, okay. Ready to go Betty by, hon? Ready to go Betty? Hey Caroline, how you doing? How's it going? We went to Hilton Head about 9 days. Remember a few weeks ago? Long story short, my buddy's uncle likes to stay here. Well, anyway, he does some kind of, I don't know, fabrication or something. So he's got this worker that's a shirt tail relative to these guys that nobody likes. Anyway, he brought him to spend a night here while we were gone, and he really shouldn't have done it. He didn't ask, but anyway, that guy stole $1,000 worth of antidepressants out of my bedroom. Had to go replace them today. They think it was probably his wife, but they were definitely missing. We're doing good, Carolyn. Going to bed, huh? I don't blame you. Yeah, Daisy was feeling a little not so good today. Nah, it wouldn't do any good. Nah, out here, it wouldn't do any good. It's not going to replace him, and we know that's what happened. Well, the thing that I felt bad about is that, Marty just let his uncle stay here just to be a good guy while we were gone. And I don't know about you, but when you're staying at someone's house, unless you run it by the people, you shouldn't be having any guests. And if he'd have run by this guy's name, my buddy would have said, no, I don't want him around here, because he knows what he's like and he knows what his wife is like. Yeah, I thought that too. What I think they'll probably do, if I was just guessing, because Trintrilex, it's not like Wellbutrin. Evidently, they grind that up and use it on the street. But Trintrilex, they're both con artists, so they'll probably just take them out of the bottle and sell them as something else. And, by the time the person that bought them figured it out, they're long gone. Party time? Don't like that. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. As soon as I went in that drawer, I keep all the medication in there, Daisy's, heartworm, all that stuff. I got a 90-day supply, 330 bottles. And I went in there to get the second bottle today. The good news is, and this isn't really good news, I told Marty, I said, hey, you're not going to believe this, but I got 2 bottles of Trintilix missing. I'm sure that's where they're at. And he said, no, you got to be kidding, man. They got to be around here somewhere. I said, no, they're gone for sure. Well, I knew that the uncle brought a grandson out here, so you know how kids are nowadays. So I said, you sure that kid that was here wouldn't have done that? And that's when we found out the other guy stayed here. And the minute he said that guy stayed here, he said, well, that answers that. I know what happened to him now. He said, did he have his wife with him? Yeah, someone stole my meds, yeah. I got them replaced already, but still kind of sucks. Yeah. How you doing, Luna? I didn't get anything done today. Went and had some chicken wings at that Pigaboo's. And tomorrow I'm going to try these new implements out on this machinery. I was reading this. I know this doesn't interest you, so I'll keep it short. This like wood chipper that you put on the front of the implement. The thing weighs 3,500 pounds, and it spins around. It's a barrel with teeth. And of course, that's one of the other things that you can hurt yourself with easy. Fling things through the cab. But anyway, I was reading some articles on those, and I guess these guys run them like on hot days, and you can actually catch it on fire. And a new engine for the skidster, the one we have, is 50 grand. So I'm going to make sure that I don't do that. I just don't understand how somebody could be in a nice piece of equipment like that. You've got a hydraulic temperature gauge, and you also have an engine gauge. And how you could just sit there in the cabin and watch it go into red and keep running it. It's just, what the hell is going on? Yeah, you're right, Melissa. I'll tell you another thing I found out. You know, I think I would call myself on the low average of competent on the skidster. Those take a long time to really figure out. You think you could just get into it and drive it around like a tank? Not really. I mean, I know enough to get by, and I do an okay job on everything but like smoothing out dirt. And I don't have the manual for it. We ordered one, right? But we didn't get it yet. And I've tried smoothing out dirt. The bucket itself weighs 1,000 pounds, and the machine weighs about 10,000 pounds. So you think it would be easy when you were out on a surface, just put the bucket down, not heavy, just tilt the blade, back up, go forward, whatever, and go back up, smooth it out like a butter knife. And every time I do that, it looks like shit. And when I've looked at YouTube videos, they just show guys doing it. It's like, man, I'm not very good at this. So I ran into a guy the day that's been riding them for 4 years. And I said, hey, I can do this somewhat until it comes to smoothing out dirt. I said, I'm just reluctant to do it. I said, if I mess up some dirt now, I take an F450 and I drive over it later because I can't smooth it out with a skid steer. And he said, well, next time you get in there, he said, look at that right handle. There's a button on the bottom right. He said, it's really hard to see. He said, start to back up with the bucket down, push the button, and it floats. It's a floater, and the button senses the ground. And he said, you'll have a perfect, like, butter knife smoothing. So that's how they're doing it. No wonder I didn't do it. Hey, Katrina. So hopefully I'll be getting better at it. Here's an example. You guys will appreciate this. Don't like that. You'll appreciate it. So, my buddy bought this plant, and they're going to turn it into another place where they can store their paper products. Well, when they got to the plant, there were a couple businesses in there that went out. The sock company had been there forever, over 100 years, and they went out of business. And then there was a couple other things. And there was a couple articles in there, or companies in there that didn't make it. One of them was a hemp making company. Well, my buddy bought the building. There was that F550 in there. And he got a hold of the people he bought the building from. He said, hey, you got this truck? And it's like, yeah, we wanted to sell it, but it wasn't licensed and it wasn't run. And he said, well, what do you want for it? I'll pay you for it. He's like a really fair guy. They said, well, we'll give it to you for $2,500. So he bought it for $2,500. He's got all sorts of equipment. So he has it towed into a place, drops it off at the place that works on all his vehicles. And he says, hey, I want you to get this thing into running condition. And, new injectors, whatever. Yeah, the bill was $15,400. Now, the good news is they're selling for about $25,000, $26,000, even the 2006 crew cab. And the engine isn't totally rebuilt, but the expensive components have been replaced, so he thinks he'll get his money out of it easy. But, sometimes I mention to you guys, I love driving these big diesels, but when you go to get them worked on, they are expensive, big time. And that's an example right there. $15,000 automobile repair bill. That's a lot. He wanted to know if I wanted to keep it around here at the farm, but it's a flatbed. And really, we got a 250 and a 450 and a skidster and an excavator. I don't think we really need it. I don't know what I'd do with it. It's ridiculous, man. I think an oil change is $200. I mean, they're expensive to maintain. If you've got to pull something and you need, a fifth wheel, or you're pulling construction equipment, well, there's no way you're going to get around it. You need something that can handle that. I have people ask me sometimes, it's like, well, what's the... Really, Dave? Oh, do you, Dave? Yeah, I'll mention it to him. What engine is in that, Dave? Hey, Samka. Yeah, vans are hard to find good ones. There's always something they're missing. I'm going to move to Georgia. I haven't yet, but I've been down here 2.5 months. Oh, okay. Yeah, I love the sounds of them and everything. I mean, but again, they're expensive to run. There seem to be a lot of women in the chat. Yeah, it's true. I guess it's kind of always been like that. Hey, Christy Joe, how are you? I fell asleep on a couch watching crab fishermen. Where are Daisy's at now? Yeah. No, yeah, they inhale fuel, man, big time. I think this F450, I think it costs $250 to fill it up. It was stormy here 2 days ago, but it was pretty nice today. It rained for like 5 minutes, something like that. See, this is still a mystery. My only guess is that there's no pooling water around here. Usually the water's sucked up by the dry ground. And I think that's why I'm not getting eaten by mosquitoes. But here I've got the porch light on, and I never get bit by mosquitoes. It's crazy. I got to get something done. I still got to get like productive, man. I don't do shit. Yeah, Deadliest Catch. I like watching that, Lakota. Hey, Letha, how you doing? I love watching that Deadliest Catch show. I've been up around there, as I've said. I've been all over in Alaska. I'd considered living up there at one time, and I actually spent a little over 11 weeks out in the wild. Didn't see one person the whole time I was there. About drove me crazy. Actually, 3 days into it, I knew what a big, huge mistake I'd made. I'd read these books and watched these shows, and same with riding freight trains. I read freight trains all over the place. Hitchhiked up all over the place. And, I had some good experiences, but man, like I said the other night, you don't see hitchhikers at all. And there is a guy, Boxcar Somebody. I was just watching some of his videos tonight. Seems like a cool guy, and that guy gets around. I thought that was kind of over because you really don't see open boxcars too much anymore. And who the hell wants to ride on the outside? Plus, that's federal property, and there's all sorts of extra penalties that come into that if you get caught. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, I think, Simca. I mean, I'm alone. Like, I've been that way all my whole life, taking vacations alone. Like I said, I got dropped off in Alaska alone, took all my Alaska trips alone. Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't think it's perfect, but if I had to make a choice, I'd rather be alone. Where'd hubby go? Did he go out of town or something? Yeah, one thing I noticed, to be honest with you, and I noticed that, like, let's say you're in a relationship with somebody and they go away for a week. It's a different feeling of being alone than if there's nobody in your life and you're alone. At least it is with me. And that's been a long time for me. About, let's see, 25 years coming up on. So when you're in a relationship and you've got like free time alone, I don't know whether you feel more secure or what it is, but it's different than just being alone where that isn't going to change. So Simca, even though yours is being alone, it's temporary, and and you're going to talk to that person while they're gone, and when they get back, it's going to be back to how you like it and that kind of thing. Oh, you don't like to be alone? I'll tell you, when I was up in Alaska, I think I mentioned before, I'd run into people that hadn't seen people for years up there. They had these shows on Alaska, living up north and in the Arctic Circle and all this kind of crap. Let me tell you, I met people when I was in Alaska that make that thing look like a damn social club. I met one guy that raised these weird kind of sheep, and every 4 years he'd take them to market, and that was the only time he saw people. Nobody came to visit him. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, that can happen, Emily. Do you think that? I even bought a book. I bought a book. I never read it. I still have it at home, and that's one of the things I plan on doing when I get down here. And sometimes I wonder if I'm lonely and I don't even know it. I don't think I am, because I never am saying to myself, geez, I wish I had somebody around, or, it's getting boring here. It'd be nice to have somebody to talk to. I never think that. So minus that, I don't know what the definition of lonely would be. You know what I mean? I don't get it. Oh, Melissa, yeah, I mean, I don't, that's one thing that luckily it doesn't bother me. If I get sick, or if you told me right now you got 60 days to live, I probably wouldn't tell anybody. And just one day I wouldn't be on, and Mary has the number of the guy that I'm living with, and you'd find out that I died. For some reason, I'm guessing now, you're always trying to piece together the pieces of the puzzle on why you're the way you are. And I had kind of a strange upbringing. And I was always kind of that distant from people. And I don't know if it's got anything to do with that or not, because when you watch these crazy shows, these serial killers, these nutty people, a lot of them, or at least some of them, come from some very good families. The rest of the siblings turned out great. But that you have this one that's just crazy, turned into a damn serial killer or something. So I'm reluctant to blame things on genes and circumstances. I think, I think it's a culmination of factors. But I know that, like, if I got sick, or I knew I was going to be alone, that doesn't bother me. And I'll tell you another thing that's weird, too. It doesn't bother me whether people care for me or not. It's crazy. It doesn't. People say, well, people out there love you. It's like doesn't even budge the needle. It's weird. I would agree with that. Yeah, there is a difference in being lonely and being alone. That's true. But I think I do think that I run into people sometimes, and I think to myself, this person is really lonely. I mean, you can't get rid of them. I'm sure this is going to be the way it goes for me. That's why I kind of threw in the towel and came down here, because I realized that this is probably going to be the last place I'll live, but you never know. So I might as well live it in comfort, and there's no expectations down here. Yeah, Caroline, I don't think that's uncommon. My parents were kind of that way. I think if it wasn't for societal pressure, that a lot of people, like maybe you and I mean, there are differences, right? But if it wouldn't have been for societal pressure, and Marcus Welby on TV, and man meets woman, man and woman get married, if it wasn't for the way that, it's set up to be a two-person married system. That has changed a little bit in my lifetime. But, everybody's got a boyfriend or girlfriend. Then as you get older, you start to learn things and you know what you're like and you're thinking, I'm not really into this that much. And maybe if there wasn't so much societal pressure on through movies, TVs, examples when you were young, you'd have just skipped the whole damn thing to begin with. But by the time you figure a lot of these things out, you're in too deep. You got married, you got kids, you got grandkids, and you're kind of screwed. Oh, you're like that, Emily, huh? Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, I just kind of like, I like relationships like this. People, I think that's why I do YouTube. It's like we talk, get on, see how you're doing, but I guess it spares me hanging around with people and them hanging around me. I wouldn't mind meeting some of these people for a lunch somewhere, but I tell people, man, if the text and then the email gets out of hand, I clue them right in off the beginning. It's like, hey, look, I always used to say it like I'm a pretty private guy, which really isn't true. But that's a way of explaining, hey, look, I don't want to be chit-chatting and FaceTiming and texting all day long and swapping emails and getting a bunch of phone calls. I don't. If it's something important or you need something or I can help you out, please feel free to get a hold of me. But other than that, I'm not into the constant chit-chatting. Yeah, probably genes, Luna. I would say it's probably genes. But if you look at that, Melissa, and you think of it, when you look at divorce, society's changing, right? I think divorce would have been just as high back in the day as it is now, except women couldn't support themselves. I guarantee if my mother could have went out and afforded a car payment and a house payment, she'd have left my dad probably a year after they married. But back then, the only jobs women could get is the type job she got, with exception. There are women that were doctors and lawyers, whatever. I'm talking about the average middle-income, middle-aged housewife, and she worked as a clerk in a drugstore. Wasn't enough to sustain yourself. So, now that things have changed and women can earn their own living, I think that they don't need men like they used to. So they can support themselves, which is a big factor in keeping all sorts of people together. Oh, you're lucky. You are lucky, Penny. And a lot of it depends on your personality, their personality, life circumstances. I see these, 50-year golden wedding anniversaries. I knew when I was young. I remember asking someone, what the hell is a 50-year golden wedding anniversary? And they told me, and I thought, boy, I bet I'm not going to be one of those. Everything in my family was kind of predicated on arguments, anger, aggression, zero problem solving, just poor social skills at interpersonal relationships, screaming. Good night, Beth. Glad to see you. I think, but I'm not blaming my upbringing on being any different. But here's the thing, I'm not bitching either. You say, well, you don't seem very happy. Well, I'm not very happy, but you know what? I'm not blaming it on anything. I'm really not. You kind of you don't choose your parents and your circumstances. Hey, Squirrely. Oh, yeah, we see him, Squirrely. So you got a new picture there. Looks good. So, who knows? Like, I told you I was good friends with that priest in Chicago that died. That was one of the reasons why I left. And it wasn't based on religion at all. We were just really good buddies for the whole time I was in Chicago. But we hung around a lot. And I will tell you this, I met people that he had known through the different parishes over the years. And I met some families, man, that it would have made Marcus Welby look like a damn serial killer. The husband was nice, the wife was nice, they were always holding hands. They had a son that was a doctor, another son that was a lawyer, a daughter that was a dentist. The grandchildren were cute and they weren't crying and standing up on their chair and throwing a cup in a restaurant. I mean, there were some families that I met through him that were just like the most perfect family. And I always thought it was a bullshit standard. Like Marty, the guy that I'm living with down here now, like he's like the nicest guy, and his whole family's like that, his brothers. I would say it's probably genuinely the only time in my life, which probably, come to think of it, is a lot of the reason that I came down here, where I generally felt 100% comfortable being around them. That they weren't just being nice, or they weren't just doing a good deed, taking this old kook from Michigan and trying to help them out. They were just like really genuine, nice people that welcomed me here, and I really believed it. You know, with no chinks in the armor. Yeah, my dad was an alcoholic. Well, I can tell you how I dealt with mine. I didn't see him for 10 years before he died, and I didn't go to his funeral. That's how I dealt with my dad. And it wasn't any like big arguments. We never got in an argument. It was just kind of indifference. You know, I just never really was tight with the guy, and I think kind of resentful that he was such a shitty dad. It just really didn't have much to do with him. Oh, big time, Simca. You're not kidding. Hard to find is right. And why do you think it's so hard to find? There's nothing wrong with that, bud. Yeah. Yeah, and I know a lot of people like that. They just... But, you know, we discussed this earlier on another chat, and, I learned everything in my life the hard way. It was impossible for me to do everything. I'm not kidding you. Graduate from high school, graduate from college, get my pilot's license. I never had any shortcuts. And I'm not saying I'm a better person from learning it the hard way. But as I got older and you saw some of these people that had these good jobs and they advanced through their career and these great pensions and all this stuff, I learned at an early age that they give this test, the MMPI. And at the time, you know, you're young, you don't know anything. You got to be older to look back, and you look at the patterns of people that were considered successful and the patterns of people that were not. And when you read the MMPI, it's a personality test, and companies give it out. And what they're trying to do is get people that come from stable families with stable relationships with relatives that are going to be around for the long haul. It's not just some grunt jerk like somebody you'd find on YouTube that's constantly trying to cause trouble. You don't want to hire someone that's going to come on and try and start a union every day and claim their back hurts when they bent over to pick up a piece of paper. You know, that kind of thing. In those tests, they're not perfect, but they do have a way of indicating the kind of people that companies are looking for that aren't going to be a bunch of trouble. And it makes more sense now than it ever did. When there was a time when I was younger that I thought like those tests were probably just very subjective and it was a way to discriminate comfortably, but I don't think that anymore. I mean, you can imagine the people out there, if you had a company and you wanted to hire them compared to these stalkers that are on YouTube, and that MMPI would decipher that in the results. So you would know when you got one of these people that were trying to apply for a job in your company to avoid them, because secretly they're trying to start trouble, you know, they're gossip mongers, and they're just not good for not only an organization, but in any kind of relationship as well. They're hostile, mean, pissed off people that get their enjoyment by starting trouble. It gives them pleasure. Yeah, you're right, ACV. Hey, Eternal Doorman. All right, good night, Christine. You want to go Betty, hon? There she is. There's the pee-pee girl. You want to go Betty? You want to go into Betty? Turn off this light too. So it's hard to say. You know, here's another thing I think too. Like, say if I would have stayed married, it wasn't anything as bad to where I would have like got divorced if I was in too deep. I would have probably just stuck it out. You know? But now I understand And people that are older. And I could never figure out when I was younger how their spouse would die, and I think, oh, you're going to be able to go out and date, meet some new people. Well, dating when you're older isn't like dating when you're younger. Favorite Jeff, how you doing? Oh, I got a porter, a Bell's porter. Yep. Better believe I do. Hey, Kitty, how you doing? She's doing fine, thank you. Hey, Heather, how's it going? Yeah, I got a porter, Bell's Porter beer. Yeah, I haven't found any good beer down here, to tell you the truth. I'm keeping a bad schedule now, staying up till 4, sleeping till noon. Well, I was going to go to Hilton Head tomorrow, but we ended up canning that idea. Hopefully the grass, the fields are going to be needing cut pretty soon. You know, I'll tell you another weird thing too. Like, I don't know, I just don't have enough experience in this kind of environment. But to be honest with you, I never know when the grass is tall enough to need cut. To me, it doesn't like it never needs to be cut. You know, it isn't like we're in a subdivision where, you know your grass needs to be cut. It's obvious. To me, it's not obvious at all. Like, I know Marty likes the grass cut short, and even though I don't need to do any of the shit I do, I mean, I already feel guilty enough that I'm not contributing enough. And I have fun doing it, and I like messing around on this equipment. But I never think, so I finally said to him the other day, it's like, hey, I want you to do me a favor. When you think this fields or the grass gets cut, say something to me. You're not going to offend me. I like doing it. But honestly, I never think it needs cut. It looks good to me. And he said I will. So he tells me. Good night, Carolyn. Yeah, I don't, it's weird. Good night, Carolina. Sweet dreams. You have a good night. Yeah, I know what you mean, though, Emily. Check it out sometime. There's a lot of books about it. I have quite a few of them, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's, 100% accurate, but yeah, it makes sense to me. The older I get, the more sense it makes. Yeah, Billy Boy, I do, yeah. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean, Simke, yeah. Good, Salty Girl. How you doing? Yeah, we're kind of that way, too. Leave a lot of food out for the big moon coming up tonight behind the light over there. No, I didn't have any shrimp today. I had some good chicken wings out at that place in Thompson. I mean, I'm not sure of this, but there's certain dogs that show up a lot in animal rescues, and I thought pugs were one of them, and I don't remember the reason why. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Oh, good for you, Salty Girl. Yeah, chicken wings. I'll tell you, that COVID is around here big time, man. It's in Hilton Head, too. I don't know how it is where you guys are living, but people are catching that shit all over again, just like when it first came out. Yeah, not me, man. Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, most of those dogs, there's some reason why people give them up. I know mini pinchers were high on the list for a while. I'm not sure why. Oh, is it salty? Oh, they have long wait lists at the shelters or from the breeders? I don't have COVID again, thank God, but it's all around here. I mean, every time we turn, actually, the guy that delivered the gravel here a couple months ago died like only 39 or 43 or something like that. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, okay. Hey, Eternal Dormant, I watched some of your videos down there, so I'm assuming I didn't watch that many of them, but I'm assuming then you're not working down there, right? Yeah, she does. Yep. Oh, shelters and rescues. Penny, how's your niece doing? Is she doing better or worse than the first time she caught it? Yeah, we got a place down in Thompson that has New York pizza. It's really good. Yeah, I like the authentic New York pizza the best. Oh, good, Penny. Oh, gotcha. Are those boiled peanuts or just regular peanuts, Eternal? Oh, good, Penny. Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay. Hey, Eternal Doorman, when you go over to like across the American side, like, do you have to show a passport and everything? Oh, gotcha. You can get them all over down there. You know, I noticed here, I've seen there's a company that makes them. I buy them in West Branch. You can get them at Walmart. But those are the same peanuts they use in these gas stations and stuff around here. You can get them in big gallon cans. Well, you're lucky if you went back in 2 weeks, Mike. Yeah, I like them too. Daisy's good. Yeah, she wasn't feeling good today. But I don't think it's related to her surgery, but I don't really have much to base that on. Oh, gotcha. The Eternal now, you're in Tijuana pretty much all the time, aren't you? Oh, how far is that from Tijuana? Where is that in relationship to Tijuana? Okay. Hey, Cheryl Dorman, are people friendly to you down there? I mean, is there much like drug activity that you notice, or I mean, is it cool living there or not? I mean, I'm assuming because you were asking about getting sponsored that you're trying to get out of there, and I guess I'm just wondering why. I haven't tried that tonight, Billy. I still got quite a bit of that left. It's good, though. I think it's good. I looked at one of the videos where, like, you were sleeping in a place, like a little place to rent for a while or something. Is crime a big deal there or not really? I mean, when you're sleeping in there, do you feel like okay about it? Yeah, I'm the same way, Melissa. You couldn't pay me to go down there anywhere. Yeah, no way. There's a guy from West Branch had a place in Cabo, real nice place. I know he sold it for $7 million, and he was still getting broken into, four wheelers getting stolen, vehicles getting damaged. Oh, $40 a month. Wow. Yeah, not down here, Bopak. That's why I decided to give this a try. No crime down here at all, other than getting my antidepressant stolen. But we got sloppy on that one. No, I didn't sell it. Still have it. Yeah, you're right, Eternal. Yeah, thankful for that is right, Melissa. I mean, Blue talks about the crazy crime in Denver. It's off the charts in Detroit. Chicago's being ruined by it. Milwaukee's got a problem. L.A., Miami, San Francisco, Seattle. Oh, really? No kidding, Hey Pug. Wow. Huh. Florida's got crazy crime, too. Nuts. Oh, really, Ballpark? It's like that there, huh? They shouldn't be leaving them out there. Really, Luna? They're getting crime, too, huh? Wow, Letha. No, there's no crime down here. Nope. Not really. I mean, I'm not saying no crime, but not like other places. Yeah, right, Melissa. Yep. Now they got that new gas station on the other side of 20, about 4 miles from here, and they're open 24 hours. And Marty thinks that they're going to get robbed because it's right off 20. I don't think they're going to get robbed, but we'll find out. I mean, you don't see the plexiglass at the checkout counter like you do in Detroit and places like that. Yeah, thank you, Rita. Yeah, you're right about that. Enjoy it while it lasts. Isn't that the truth? Yeah, it probably is. Oh, Ring doorbells. Yeah, they solve a lot of crimes. Yeah, Florida's got crazy. Even when I was down there. Of course, I first moved down there in '92, but there was crime before that. Look at Detroit. Oh, you think so, Penny? Oh, well, that place that Maddie and Jero used to hang out to down there in Southwest Detroit had good sandwiches, pizza and stuff like that. Can't think of the name of that damn place. What was the name of that place? That party store, Marguerite's out front. You know, you would have thought that bridge going down there would have been all these construction workers and they'd have been getting lunch there every day. The opposite happened. That business died. Oh, wow, Bopek. You know, I'll tell you too, when the post office says, if a post office comes to your place and puts your box in the wrong, receptacle, you're screwed. Once somebody signs off that they drop that off on your porch, you're basically screwed. It's red tape up the ass. Yeah, I remember that, Melissa. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Yeah, you know, that Crayton now, I got a doctor buddy that says stay away from it because you never know what kind of dose you're getting it. But you'll have people on the street say that it kicked him from heroin, which I'm kind of skeptical of those stories. But I know a guy down here in Georgia, and his daughter's been eating that Crayton left and right. So I'm not sure what it's like when you take it. I don't really know that much about it. Do you know that much about it, Letha? Ponchos. Yeah, thank you, Penny. Yeah, ponchos. Yeah, any of you guys know anything about that Crayton? I know it's a herb, but what does it do exactly? Is it like a St. John's wort or what? Oh, good for you, Luna. Hey, Tuesday. It's a painkiller? Oh, it is. How can it be a mild opiate and for sale in every gas station down here? I mean, you can't even sell marijuana here. Oh, really, Luna? Huh. No, no, because it's they have signs in the windows they're selling it. Oh, gotcha, Melissa. Oh, are they, Aletha? Okay. Huh. But I'll tell you, driving that F550 today, that thing feels like it could pull a damn glacier around. That is one heavy-duty truck. Hey, Dave, if you wanted to move down here, I could get you a good job. I think they're looking for a guy like you. I'm serious. Oh, thank you, Eternal Dorman. Oh, thank you, Eternal Dorman. Oh, okay. Here's an armadillo right out here. Hey, buddy. Hey. Here's an armadillo. Hey, buddy. Come on now. See him? He's going to walk up here on the porch. He is breathing hard. He give me leprosy. Damn armadillo's starting to walk up on the porch. Yeah, he's under my car right now. I could hear him breathing hard. That's all I need is leprosy. Yeah, he can hear good, though. He stopped in his tracks and turned around and went under the van. I'm in Crawfordville, Georgia, Cindy. How you doing? No, I couldn't smell it. No, don't worry. Yeah, it's weird, Jeff. Yeah, Penny, I know. Good night, Emily. Good talking to you. Thanks for coming on. Yeah. She loves to chase him. That's probably why she's not feeling good today. Yeah, she's got 7 more days, yep. Oh, you might be right on that, Simca. But when I looked it up, it didn't specify by state, just by animal. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, they look like the damn dinosaur, man. Coat of armor. Oh, cool, Dave. Oh, interesting, Simca. Yeah, I never heard anybody eating them. I probably could eat anything if you deep fry it. Oh, interesting, Melissa. No, I wasn't interested in it, but I know people that are. Oh, really? Hey, Eternal Dormant, on a good day, where you're really, everything's clicking, How much can you make selling peanuts? And what happens to you down there if you need medical care? Oh, wow, Eternal. Yeah, whoever said they smell, you're right. Something is smelling. Huh, that's interesting. It smells like, I would say like manure, kind of. Only like worse. Worse, like something spoiling that's dead. Now, Eternal Dormant, if you're screwed in the sense, if you went into a hospital, would they have to treat you? Or would they kick you out of there because you didn't have insurance or you weren't a citizen? Yeah, Mugu Gai Pan. Oh, wow. Hey, and Eternal, what drew you down there to begin with? I mean, you're an interesting guy. I mean, I watched a couple of your videos, and I'm thinking, man, I'm glad I'm not down there. What drew you down there, and what's the game plan? Hey, Mary, what are you doing up so late? Yeah, musky order. That's what it is. Musky, yep. Yeah, he squirted some of it out. Oh, good. Good job, Mary. Huh. I know down in Tijuana, that's where they get a lot of those sex change operations. Yeah, Mary, good to see you. Hey, Eternal Dormant, it's not my business, and I'm only mentioning this because I've had problems with it myself. But you should get your skin looked at when you get a chance. You know, it's a high deck angle, sun exposure, you know, melanoma, uh, that kind of stuff, different forms of skin cancer. It does, Billy Boy. You know, the dark ones are the ones you don't want. Yeah, I think they are. I mean, they're drama free. That's the whole goal. Those are bugs, Cindy. Bugs in the trees. Yeah, it's brutal down there. No, beer bellies are not healthy. As a matter of fact, that's the worst kind of fat you can have, is beer belly fat. No, it's not. It's some crickets. Mostly cicadas and no frogs. No, it's not soft. If you ever saw it, it would make sense to you. Yeah. I don't know why, but I know that it is. But it'll all go away if you lose a ton of weight. It's the omentum. You can look it up, omentum. Yeah, I thought that too when I first came down here. I thought it was too. If you're in most places, that's what it is, frogs. But it's not here. Not here. This part. No, I know people that got burned on that, Jeff. Yeah, they want to eliminate toll booths. And if you don't have an easy pass and they send it to you through the mail, it's way more expensive. Oh wow, Eternal Dormant. Yeah, I mean it works if you're signed up and it's better than stopping every day. You can go through that express lane. Huh. No, you're right, Melissa. That's true. Yeah. Yep. No, nope. It's all that East Coast. Ohio too. Good night, Eternal. Hang in there, man. I couldn't do it. You're a man of steel. Oh, good for you, Cindy. If you guys have never looked at Eternal Dorman's channel, I suggest that you do. You're not going to believe the way this guy lives. Seriously. I mean, I'd sleep with one eye open down there. Yeah, he's on YouTube. Yeah, look it up, Eternal Dorman. It's just like crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna watch some tonight, Billy. Yeah, he's interesting. Yeah. No, that's not true, Bopunk. Yeah, it is interesting. No, I mean, have you looked at his stuff, Tastic? Yeah, check out his channel, man. I mean, it's like, God damn. That guy does not have it easy. Oh, you might be right about that, Simca. Is that legal down there, Simca? Yeah. Yeah, I've been down to Mexico probably 20 times. I don't think I'd go again, though. It's crazy down there. Oh, okay. I kind of feel sorry for the guy. Yeah, you're right, Simka. See, I don't think he's enjoying life, Penny. I don't get that vibe. Simka, when you watch Eternal Dorman's videos, do you think he's enjoying life? Yeah, I didn't get that vibe. Oh, I know it. Yeah, you're right. Super hard is right. Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, really. I think his life sucks. Yeah, that's how I would describe it, Simka. Yeah, seems worn down. I think it was a choice at the beginning. No, not now, Melissa. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, yeah, I think I would agree with David on that. Yeah, I think good observation. Not because you agree with me, but that's kind of what I gleaned out of it. No, maybe not, Penny. I'll ask him next time. Yeah, no, right. You're right about that too, Chris. Yeah, a lot of memories of a past life. Yeah, no, I'd agree. Yep. If I was him, I'd be hitting that tequila pretty hard. The guy writes well. I mean, I think he's a bright guy. Yeah, I'd be up for that, Luna. I'd be up for that to do that for him. Now, I'm not saying like you said, Dave. You don't want it to come off the wrong way. I don't want it to come off the wrong way, and I'm not saying he's like him, but he reminds me of kind of like minus the hostility. He reminds me of like a Unabomber kind of guy. The fucker probably was on the goddamn honor roll the whole time he was in high school and college, and here he sits down in Tijuana selling peanuts, and unable to get out. No, I agree, Chris. Yeah, count me in on that, Luna. Penny, you're not stupid, naive. You're kind, and that's the way you in the videos you watch. That's what you thought. No, I think he's British. I think he's British from the UK. No, he's not Mexican. Have you ever watched his channel, Frisky? You ever watch any of his videos? I mean, when I watch him, I feel sorry for the guy. Hey, whoever posted that link, post that link to his Eternal Dorman's videos, will you? So Frisky could watch a couple of them. Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, thank you, Chris. I'm curious what you think about that, Frisky, what your take on it is. Penny thought he was happy. The rest of us think he's trapped and desperate. I don't know that he's interested in that. Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah, me too, Simka. Yeah, I would too. I would too, Luna. I would do it too. But I think Dave nailed it, and that is that he looks at him like Maddie. That's really true. Yeah, I would too. I wonder if the guy could get PayPal. Sorry about that. Yeah, Venmo's a pain in the fucking ass too. You're right, ICU. Yeah, that's right. Yep. I don't trust that Cash App. Sorry, I don't know why that buffered like that. Yeah, but we're not really saying it. We're supportive of the guy. We're willing to help him. It's not like we're trying to fuck him over. You know, it's like, you know, this is our observations. We would help the guy. We don't like dislike him or trying to shaft him. I think so too, Frisky. I mean, I'm sure $100 would get this guy. Oh, is that what it is? I use. So you've watched a lot more of the videos than I have. Well, Simka, if you can line that up somehow, let me know. I mean, honestly, I mean, the state of mind I've been in lately, I don't mind helping the guy, but I don't want to fuck around setting up a bunch of accounts and shit. If somebody else is a little more motivated than I am, I'd definitely contribute to it. I think the guy could use a break. And even, you know, if he just wants to go out and get a goddamn fajitas for a month straight, I'm fine with that. Anything. Just all as I would like to do is the guy to have one thought that someone gives a fuck. Now, if he's like me, it's not going to do any good. But if he's like a typical guy, just go out and eat fucking shrimp fajitas for a month on me. I mean, it's the least I could do. Yeah, you might be right about that, Melissa. Yeah, that's possible. I mean, he seems fucked to me. That's what I took out of the thing. No ID in fucking Mexico. I mean, can you think of anything worse? Maybe South Korea? You know, uh, I mean, I can't imagine being in that predicament. Look at the video where he rented an apartment for $40 a month. Another guy he reminds me of is McAfee, the guy that got in all that bullshit that invented antivirus software. Yeah, that's the way I look at it, Chris. Hey, Conan. Yeah, but I could send them through PayPal, or I could even do a Western Union if I had to through Walmart. But I still think you do need ID to claim it. Oh, yeah, there you go, Penny. There's a code thing with no identification. There you go. No, I agree, Melissa. No, I agree. It's exactly right. Miss him for his antics. Isn't that the truth? What a crazy fucker, man. I mean, no kidding, man. He reminds me of the congressman from Youngstown, Ohio, James Trafficant. I mean, that was pay-per-view material. Yeah. Yeah, the code. And then you give it to the person that receives it on the other end. Yep. Yep. Yeah, McAfee. Yep. Yeah, I miss his antics too. You're right. No, I agree with you, Simka. Yeah, Tijuana sucks. I never got the vibe that he was hinting around. I mean, I'd send him some money, just just like I always did, no strings attached. I was talking to you guys last night. We had that chat, and like, honestly, man, when things started to go south, I started like thinking this isn't cool doing these interviews. Started not being fun anymore. And I think that now, I just in good conscience, I don't think I could go out, interview drug addicted working girls, upload it on YouTube. For fucking what? Like for everybody to say, oh, it's a shame. She's so pretty. What can we do? I know what not to do because I've proven that in a big way. I know not to put people in touch with them. I still don't think giving them $10 is a big deal. But anyway, moving along, looking back, I like doing it, but no good came out of it. And if no good comes out of it, which was really kind of my intention, not totally, I was interested in their story, I just can't see doing it again. So does anybody out there have an idea? I mean, I just think it's like I'm going to have to quit doing them because no, there is no good idea. These people are in this predicament. There's nothing I'm going to do. Anything I give them really isn't used for the intended purpose. And they just go on and live in this oblivion of doom. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Give them a mimeographed, copied sheet of rehab places? I mean, there's no benevolent aspect to it anymore that I can see. Yeah, my antidepressants got stolen. About $1,200 worth. Yeah, they did. I replaced them the other day. Yep. 30 tablet bottles of Trintrelex. Yeah, but I'm telling you, Melissa, they don't have problems getting food or clothes. They don't. Well, when I went to Hilton Head about 2 weeks ago or so for 10 days, the guy that owns this place has an uncle. The uncle does some kind of refurbishing, and he let a guy stay here with him so they wouldn't need to drive back to Atlanta. And him and his wife are both druggies. They went through the drawers and stole prescription medication, and they took my 2 bottles of Trintrelex. Yeah, I know that, Luna. I know that they do have stories like that, but I mean, knowing this, and no matter who it is, me, somebody else, I just don't. If it doesn't like do any good, I just can't. I just can't do it. My dumb ass. I was really naive, not dumb. I knew I wasn't like moving any mountains, but I thought it was just a nice overture. But that's just not enough reason to do them anymore. So I think it's probably done because there's nothing I can do. Hey, Angel, how are you? Oh, thank you. No, I agree with you, Mary. That sucks, man. I don't know. I'll tune in there once in a while, like the other day. I agree with you. It's a sick feeling watching Maddie. It's like watching a puppy trying to cross an expressway. No, I'm with you. Good, Angel. I don't think that's going to end well with Maddie. If I had to guess, and you forced her to tell you the truth, she's hoping she dies. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Yeah, I don't really know if I don't really think so, Conan. I mean, I think they had a snack and they ate, and these people are experts at manipulation. And really, the only irons they have in the fire is to act super appreciative for stuff that you give them, even if they throw it away when you leave, and that they want to go to rehab. They know that that's their golden egg. Yeah, that Maddie thing is sickening, man. Yeah, I mean, Simca mentioned that it was from malnutrition, but if you look like at Maddie, like those lines in her face and stuff, God, man, I just wonder exactly what causes that. Like it manifests itself in making you look older than you are, but I wonder what the physiological mechanism is that causes that, like breakdown of collagen or what. Have you really, Simca? I don't know, Angel, to tell you the truth. Supposedly she's living with a guy closer to Detroit, downtown Detroit. Even her own daughter doesn't know where she's living. Yeah, it looks unhealthy. Oh, yeah, I can't imagine. That's why I tell people, man, forget about them being drug addicts and how they got there and that they're conning people out of money to stay there. That is one shitty life. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that thumb thing. It's not really talked about anymore that I know of. Oh, okay, Dave. Oh, okay, Simca. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a hard life, yeah. I can't imagine being a parent and having a daughter down there like that. God damn. Oh, did you, Simca? Well, I got a hold of the needle exchange guy. He had a doctor with him, and Maddie wouldn't come over to the car to talk to him. Yeah, you're right, Conan. You should, yeah. Yeah, a couple of them have, but it wasn't because of anything I did. Yeah, Amanda did. Both Amandas did, actually. One in Ohio and one in Michigan, yeah. And so did Sherry, the girl that had the skin problems. But I didn't have anything to do with any of them. No, that Simca, I would have given you 10-1 odds they would have never done anything like that. That's unbelievable. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, me too. I know, Aletha. Yeah, I mean, I just don't want to make up stuff on why I think she doesn't want to get better. But I'm telling you guys, here's the big thing: it's getting better, right? It's different for different people. Maddie doesn't want what you want in life. Wow. Oh, really, Angel? Yeah, I know. Yeah, see that's the kind of situation you get in. You know Maddie, you know her plight, and all of a sudden she doesn't come on, and you know that can't be good. No, you're right about that, Simcoe. As I was saying the other night, I've talked to addicts, and they say they chase that first high they got, and nothing in life will ever be as good as that. A nice house, a nice husband, nice kids, good job. Nothing will ever make them feel that good. Yeah, I understand that, Angel, but if you knew the difference between sending her $10 was that and her getting in a car with a stranger, would you still feel that way? Right, Chris. No, I agree with that, Chris. Yep. Yeah, it's true. And you can tell Maddie, I mean, she's a sweet person. She doesn't even talk shit against the people that are having her stalked. No, she's a total dirtbag, Amanda. Yeah, it's just her personality. I mean, Maddie's a good person. That Angie Reacts is another scumbag, phony, manipulative crook. Hey, Leslie. She's a nut job, too. That crazy old bitch got a hold of my phone number one day and left a message, and I didn't know who it was, so I called her back, and she said she was always sticking up for me. And I'm thinking to me, who in the hell is this? I ended up telling her on the phone, I don't even know you, man. Don't call me anymore. I don't know how you got my number. Goddamn weirdo. She was a prostitute, but that's old news now. I see you. It's those last interviews I got. That's the last I saw of her. And all as I can tell you is that I talk to people that are down in that area, Southwest Detroit, and they don't see her anymore. So what happened to her? I don't know. Total snake, yeah. Yep. That's the thing that gets me about YouTube. That's why I could give a shit about YouTube one way or the other. They canceled my channel. It wouldn't bother me at all. They allow all these people to go on there and stalk these people. Yeah, she's crazy. You know what's more disappointing than anything is the amount of people that are interested in that crap. Like Simka said, it's hours of nothing. Yeah, she's a super bad person. Yeah, total manipulative scammer. All you got to do is watch her fucking videos, Angel, where she's talking about people's looks and making up bullshit and having them stalked by people taking fucking photographs while they're walking around their house. I mean, doesn't that strike you as strange? Yeah, you're right, Aletha. I mean, I don't know how anybody can know about Sharon and know about Angie and say that what's wrong with them. What the fuck is wrong with them? I mean, how can you know about them and not know that already? Hey, Hip, too much rip. How you doing? Oh, big time, man. No, it's just like, look, I understand the difficulty addicts are in, but you can be a drug addict and not be a shitty person. Hey, Breezy. It's not normal. Oh, she's a total dirtbag. Yeah, and look at all the people trying to get on the bandwagon about Maddie, putting her name in their titles. Yeah. And they're all super fucking stupid. All of them, man, just super ignorant, uneducated, dumb people. I can't believe that anybody would want to listen to anything they had to say. Oh, thank you. No problem. You have too much trip. Well, YouTube's allowing all this bullshit. Oh, that's too bad about Manny. How do you know it wasn't mosquito bites? Tangy, I'll bet you money you're a troublemaker. Hey, you guys, keep an eye on this Tangy. This is just a typical comment that starts trouble. If anybody wants to toast her right out of the chat right now, you have my blessings. No, I guess I don't. Bye-bye, Tangy. Bye-bye. You need to put some Neosporin on your brain. Yeah, it's just another troublemaker. She was supposedly relapsed. I don't care about Angie. I mean, she's so unbelievably boring. I don't watch them. I don't know. I think Angie ought to just come out about being transgender and quit bullshitting people. Yeah, they do, Simca. What's that, Melissa? Oh, male to female. Yeah, male to female. Yep. Lost me there. Which I don't care, really. Because they haven't, they can't create any content. That's why, Simca. Yeah, you're right, Bopot. The real smart ones answer a question with a question. No, yeah, don't go there anymore, Angel. Good night, Luna. Good having you on. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's different, Simca. That's different Jews. Right, Melissa. Yeah, it's true, Simka. You watch that first 48, that crime show, and you just see a lot of most of these cops seem super fucking stupid, but they've got people that are even dumber than they are that they're interrogating. Yeah, you're right, Alicia. Like I said, all these hate channels, none of them are successful. They're all broke. They're all mentally ill. And they get no satisfaction other than to start shit. Yeah, first 48, yep. Yeah, it's a good show. Actually, the guy in Thompson, where I went got some chicken wings today, he grew up in that pork and beans projects in Miami. That was the inaugural show of First 48, and they've done a lot of subsequent episodes there in Miami. Yeah, it is, Rifter. It is. Yep, sure is. Yep. How you doing, Drifter? You know, there's a lot of criticism for the first 48 that it's racially biased because of the people that they choose to make shows out of. And you know what? I mean, I'm not jumping on the bandwagon of that, but there is an element of truth to it. Oh, I'll do that, Hip to my trip. I will. Thank you. I didn't like that live, Pete. I couldn't stand that fucking gay-looking cop that was always flexing his little bicep from joining a Vic Tanny's. What a pussy. I didn't like live PD. You know that one cop they had on there all the time? Oh, thank you, Hip to my trip. I didn't like how that live PD was switching around locations all the time. Hey, you guys, the Mega Millions is up to like 440 million. So buy a ticket. I'm not sure. I haven't played it in so long. I don't remember if it's Friday or Saturday. Daisy's sleeping on my bed. She's not feeling good today. No, I swear to God, if I won that, I'd give all my YouTube regulars a cut of it. I swear to God, I would. I'd send some money for Eternal Dormant to get the fuck out of there. No, play it, Simka. You could do so much good with that if you want it. I'd give most of it away, too. No, I didn't move, and I'm gonna. No, I didn't move. I'm going to, though. Yeah, I'd have a big party. I'd get the, what do they call those strippers for women? What's the name of that? And I get strippers for men. I charter a big boat, all my YouTube regulars. Yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it, Amanda? Yeah, I'd give most of it away, too. No, there was a name, Chippendales. Chippendales. Yeah, that's what it is. Hey, Lakota. Yeah, I'd give a lot of it away. I really would. Yeah, but it'd be a fun overwhelm, something. It'd be fun. You know, you could really like we could send. Hey, by the way, I heard from Interneil. He's definitely in a big funk. Just gave me a short reply. Said he's hanging in there, still having the same problems. I mean, I shouldn't say this, but if I was guessing, I think he's like super depressed. I don't know what happened between him and the wife he was supposed to move in with in Canada. It's something relating to that. But I wish the guy the best. I really enjoyed him. He was great for the chat. Yeah, I told him to come on. The people were asking for him. He's a good guy. Yeah, he was great to have. Bright guy, man. Knew about everything. Yeah, I did hear from him. Yeah, 2 days ago. Yep. I sent him an email. Yep. Yeah, nice, intelligent guy. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, everybody did. Yeah, he was a good guy. Yeah, cool, funny too. Hey, Dave, would you ever move down to Georgia here? No, I agree, Drifter. Yeah. Yeah, real calm. Yeah, intellectual. Yep. Dave, you ought to email me because, you know, I'm hooked up here really good. And my buddy and his partner are looking to get out of this business. Hey, Wacko Kid. Waco Kid, I should say. Yeah, you're right, Amanda. Yeah, it's high humidity, Melissa. Yeah, it is. I don't know what it is, but it's high. No, where is that, Amanda? Where is that whistle stop? No, Dave, not really. I'll explain it to you. You got my email, don't you? Send me an email and put your phone number in there. They are, but I'm telling you, man, it's not what you're thinking. They are, but it isn't what you're thinking. It's doable. Seriously, man, this would be a once in a lifetime hookup. I'm not shitting you. Yeah, humidity's a bitch down here. Dave, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Why don't you just run the hose into a drain, Chris? Oh, yeah, it's perfect, man. Send me your phone number tomorrow. It's nice out here. Yeah, sounds nice, doesn't it, Amanda? You know, I ended up blocking meat candy. I found a bunch of recorded audio of her. She was one of these people that was into this drama and basically doxing people. And the minute I recognized her voice and realized that was her, I blocked her. She ended up getting kicked out of the house by that guy she was living with up in Alaska. And when I pieced everything together and I looked at what she'd done and I knew that was her, I knew right then I didn't want her around. She seemed like a very nice, sweet person. But that's how all these people get in. And maybe she's changed. I wish the best of luck to her. But once I confirmed that was her, I didn't want her around anymore. Yeah, she did. No, not at all. Now, she had a bunch of fake accounts and was just doxing these people all over and caught up in all this bullshit. My first clue is that she was friends with, or she knew Tiffany out in California, which really got me looking around. Hey, Blue, how you doing? No, she did seem nice. I agree. No, I got rid of her. I wish I could think of the channel. And if you listen to the audio of some of this shit this kook was talking about, I think you'd agree with me. You never know, Hey Pug, that's right. No, it's weird. That's how they get excited, Melissa. They have nothing else in their life. They're not successful. They're broke. Half of them are living with their parents and they're 50 years old. And the only thing that gets that serotonin and those endorphins released is to cause trouble. No, that was a bunch of bullshit, Simka. But that's how all these good people get in and worm their way into your channel. Yeah, she'd go out and feed the chickens and, you know, it'd be 99 below zero and, you know, the fucking hose was froze. It's like you're buying into all this shit. It's like, oh, wow, it sucks, man. Good for you. You're a real trooper. You'd have clicked on the videos that I found where I knew it was her for sure. I thought, fuck this broad, she's gone. Actually, I was going to send her some money. Then her boyfriend kicked her out and got a restraining order so she couldn't return to the house. And then that got me searching into extra bullshit. And then I thought, fuck this, I'm done with you. Right, hip to my trip. Good night, Amanda. Yeah, I'm just so anti-goddamn drama. It's ridiculous, man. I've been that way even since I was young. Backstab motherfuckers. Like I said, I'll talk to myself at night. It's not a numbers game here. I'll face the fucking camera or the goddamn mirror. No, I don't like drama. Yeah, me neither. I mean, people say they think I'm so honest. I mean, maybe that's true, but I'll tell you why it's true. It's true because I don't want anything from anybody. I'm not trying to screw you. I'm not trying to get money out of you. I'm not trying to be your best friend. You know, I can afford to like, just be neutral. Yeah, Facebook sucks. Hey, Dave, you think that'd be something that interests you down here? You want to talk to my buddy? No, I'm not. Oh, I got so fucking lucky with Marty. You kidding me? Big time, man. And to think that I met that guy off eBay. No, Dave. I mean, just from knowing you on YouTube and your responses and what you do and your relationship with your daughter, I know this sounds crazy, but I know you a little bit and I know him a lot, and I think this could be once in a lifetime opportunity, man. You're never going to meet a better guy in your life. And to tell you the truth, they want to get out of this business, and none of the people that are working there now want to take over the reins. I think this is like a Powerball ticket for you if you're interested. Isn't that crazy, hip to my trip? Yeah, I agree. Yeah, my videos, like I said before, I mean, we wouldn't even be talking now if it wasn't. See, here's the thing. I wouldn't say guilty, but it's almost like I feel obligated that we wouldn't be doing these chats if it wasn't for drug addicted prostitutes. So even though I got a 0 rating on actually helping anybody, I'd like to improve that, but I'm really just like a baby. I don't know how. I'm appreciative for it. I mean, I like the interaction with YouTube. I'd like to do better. I would. Oh, Marty's a good. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, salty girl. Yeah, I agree, Chris. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yep. Yeah, I mean those are good, but we wouldn't be talking if it wasn't for drug addicted prostitutes. So, I mean, I feel obligated to them, which I'm fine with, to be honest with you. But like I said the other night, it's like my channel's like at least now has changed. And what are you gonna do? I mean, that's life, right? I mean, thank God I never bought into like the views, subscribers, and all that bullshit. Just got shit lucky, and you know, YouTube supported me. Now they don't, and I'm fine with it. Really, I don't like YouTube anymore, to be honest with you. I like the people that I've met through it, but YouTube is a company. That is one fucked up place, believe me. Oh, good fun finding for two. Oh, thank you. Yeah, here's the thing. I mean, I had 3,000 pairs of parrots at one time, but I just can't get over like here's it's a twofold worry. First of all, I don't like caging birds, keeping them in cages. And secondly, I worry about the people that I sell them to. Like, even though I eat meat, which I'm kind of in the middle about, it's like having a gay son. I'm not against it. Good for you. Live your life. But I'm glad I don't have a gay son. Shit like this. Eating meat's like in the same conversation. I love animals. Some days I think, well, I do think humans are built to eat meat and need high protein content, and our teeth are constructed in a way to eat meat, and it is a protein source, and as long as the animals killed humanely. And then I think, like, I haven't eaten veal in 40 years because of the way they're raised. And I tried vegetarian, I just couldn't do it. So even though I eat meat, I just can't raise animals and take them to slaughter. I'd have a fucking nervous breakdown. Now, maybe that's my mental illness rearing its ugly head. I just can't do it. Not going to do it. I don't even think I could do it with fish. I don't fish. I don't hunt. That's fucked up because I'm in limbo about I'm doing this. And if it wasn't for people like me, there wouldn't be a market for it. I feel the same way about UFC. If I had a son, do I want him in UFC? Fuck, no, I don't. I don't want him riding a motorcycle either. But yet I watch UFC. These are the things in life that, like, they're always kind of in limbo. You know what I mean? Hey, Marco, Mom, how you doing? These are the conflicts that you have, you know? I'm all for, like, gays. I don't give a fuck. I had an hour-long conversation with my buddy. You know, down here, you run into, I don't want to say disproportionate, but a larger number of Christians than you would, let's say, in Michigan. Now, I can't prove that. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's the way it seems. And we had a long conversation about, let me give you an example. My buddy's a Christian, but he doesn't go to church. Well, I can show you in Acts. If you believe the Bible was inspired by God, you either believe the Bible or you don't. You can't pick and choose what parts you like. And the Bible is very clear about homosexuality. Now, his wife claims to be a Christian too. But she got involved with this guy. She's into these Christmas tree things, and he was gay. And I said to him, we can have civil conversations even though we don't agree. And it's like, I said, hey, man, I got to ask you, how can you be a Christian and deal with a gay guy that collects Christmas trees? Because your job as a Christian is to witness. You know, to witness to people. And it's very clear in the Bible, in the Old and New Testament, that homosexuality is wrong. So if you're a Christian and you're witnessing, how are you hanging around this guy in an active homosexual lifestyle? And then usually the answer that I get is, well, we don't judge. Well, that's a coined phrase that's used a lot that isn't valid. It's not judging. You're not supposed to be doing it. So which is it? And with most people, it turns into an argument. My phone's acting weird. Yeah, no, you're right, hip to my trip. Oh, sorry about that. You know, Dolly, I left you a message about a week ago. Are you pissed at me still? I mean, the way I look, I'm not a Christian, you know, but I got a lot of Christian friends. I mean, that doesn't make me half a Christian, but it's a lifestyle and it's a belief. That was one of the big things that kept me from being Christian, is that the Muslim and the Jew and the fucking goddamn Buddhist is supposed to go to hell. It's just so discriminatory. I just can't belong to a philosophy that thinks this way. Oh, okay. No, I left you a voicemail at your home about a week ago. Yeah, sorry about that, Dolly. Yeah, I left you a voicemail on your phone number, your cell phone, I think. Yeah, but I don't think it's judging, you know. I mean, I got lucky on that gay shit. You know, I came from a blue collar family and, faggot this, faggot that, in the 70s. And then I got picked up by a guy hitchhiking that was a president of the Red Wings. And I knew him for about 3 years. Great guy. I sat in the front row of every concert and sporting event my whole life in Detroit. But anyway, after about 3 years, well, actually, it was longer than that. He picked me up when I was 16, 5 years. We're over at his house one night. We're fucking around talking. We're talking about skeletons in the closet, things that you did that you wish you hadn't done. And he was a real good-looking fucker. He looked like Roger Moore. Women always interested in him, never married. And we were talking about skeletons in the closet, fucked up shit you did that you wish you'd never done. And he said, I got something I want to tell you. We've been friends for 5 years, and I think it's time that that you should know. I said, yeah, what's that? He said, I'm gay. I said, you're fucking gay, man. I mean, you like guys? He said, yeah. He said, look, this is the way I'm going to put it to you. We've been friends for 5 years. I think we've had a great friendship. And if that bothers you to the point where you don't want to be friends anymore, I understand. I've dealt with it my whole life. But I want you to think about it. And if I hear from you, that's great, man. I love you. You're a good guy. We've had a super friendship. And if you don't like it, I understand that too. He said, particularly if you were a Christian. And I took about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. It bugged the fuck out of me, to tell you the truth. Because I was from like a, Playboy bunny hang-ups, that kind of bullshit. And I thought about it, It's like, God, guys sucking each other's dicks and shit. This is fucked up shit, man. And, I've had some pretty crazy sexual exposés, but nothing involving the same sex. I tell people all the time, I don't think I'm a better man because I don't like big dick. I don't think I'm more of a man because that never entered my mind. Well, anyway, long story short, I thought about it and I thought, you know what? That motherfucker's right. He's been a good guy. And I think all these straight motherfuckers that have not been good friends, not loyal backstabbers. And we had a fantastic relationship for another 30 years. And, I used to go to gay parties over at his house and shit, and it was a super good time. And so I got lucky. I got introduced to that shit. It wasn't threatening to me. But I could, if I had not have met him, it's like you talk to a real stupid son of a bitch with a low IQ, and he wants to beat a gay's ass, and they just don't get it. But as I evolved and later on, and I checked into Christianity, I knew what the Bible talked about. The Bible talks about it. I get so sick of people saying you don't judge. I've never judged anybody. I just think you're fucked up and I don't want to have anything to do with you. That's not judging. And like the conversation I had today with Marty, yeah, Jesus hung around with whores and thieves. But if Jesus and God inspired the Bible, they spent a disproportionate amount of time in the Old Testament and the New Testament talking about homosexuality. Now, look, I'm not a Christian, so I'm off the hook. These guys want to go out and suck each other's dicks. Good for you. That's what you're into. Fine. I'm not into it. And like I said, I'm not a better man because of that. I don't think I'm like a better guy because I'm not gay. I mean, I joke that sometimes I wish I was gay because blowjobs are a lot cheaper. But we became good friends. I never had an issue with it. But I don't see how you can be a good Christian witness, not use the get out of jail free card of judging, and be friends with a guy in an active homosexual relationship or a lesbian. Something's got to fucking give. Either you're in or you're out. And I'm not saying this in a negative way. It's just somebody's full of shit. Yeah, glory holes, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? I don't really care. I've never judged anybody. I think you're a fucked up, troublemaking cocksucker. I don't want to have anything to do with you. But that's not judging. That's just what I've gleaned through knowing your personality. Judging is a whole different animal. I'll tell you another thing I learned. Now here's a little interesting sidebar to this gay shit. So back in the 70s, you know, uh, if you wanted to see porn, you had to go to like an old rundown area of what used to be a successful movie theater and go and quit showing mainstream movies and started showing porn. They're trying to stay in business. So you go in there and they'd have Debbie Does Dallas or Deep Throat or some shit like that. And there'd be fucking 600 seats. And in no time, some motherfucker would sit right next to you. Well, having my gay connection guy, it's like, hey, man, I'm in a fucking porno movie thing, watching this porn, and these motherfuckers are sitting right next to me. And as it turns out, what I learned through that is there's a lot of straight guys that'll let a gay guy blow them. I mean, I wasn't one of them. Once again, I'm not saying I'm a better man. It just didn't interest me. But there's a lot of straight guys that, and this triggered my memory in that you said glory holes. And a lot of guys, once they stick their wiener through that hole, they're not really concerned what's on the other side. So, I mean, aside from the sexual aspect, it's interesting. It's just never really interested me. Yeah, and knowing this guy for as long as I did, I went to gay parties. Let me tell you, I handled his funeral in his wake. And and I'm not knocking this, right? There were 30 gay priests that showed up, Catholic priests. And I got to know these guys over the years. And it was not uncommon for them to go down to Costa Rica or Cancun or Fort Lauderdale and suck and fuck for a 3-day weekend. And then come back and run their church. I mean, I know this sounds fucked up. I was a goddamn floored, man. But that's the way it works. And if you're a true Christian, if you look at repent and you look at the true definition of judging, these motherfuckers got off the hook on that goddamn shit, man. They're human beings. I mean, after all, Jesus died for your sins. And they would go on these 3-day fuck fests. And then come back and run their church. I knew these fucking guys, man. They were cool as hell. I knew that all these gay motherfuckers that I knew that were Catholic priests, that I could call them under. And they knew that, I think they got the vibe that Tom's a good guy. He's never going to out us. And that we can count on him. And I knew that of all these gay priests that I knew, that if I ever needed help, I could count on these fucking guys. Seriously. They were good guys. I mean, I don't think that's anything that like makes me a better person, but I feel good about that they had that kind of trust in me. And it's interesting when you look at what I just explained with regard to the Old Testament and the New Testament. These guys were active men of the cloth. They just had their indiscretions. It did work but Simca, it did in the real world. Not in theory it didn't, but in the real world that it did. I'll tell you the interesting thing about this, and there were a couple guys that I knew that had their own parishes, and these fuckers were good looking. These son of a bitches looked like they'd be on the front of a GQ magazine, and they constantly had women hitting on them. And it kind of fortified their way in their parishes because these guys had women just falling after them all the time. But of course, they weren't interested. Yeah, it's true, Faye. Yeah, but I mean, for all the knock on Catholics, let me tell you, they did a lot for women's rights. They did a lot for orphans. I mean, I was started out as a Catholic, but my parents were like very weak Catholics. My best friend was a Catholic priest for 50 years. You can look him up on my channel, Frank Simarusti. Those are two famous priests that I was over at Frank's house at the time. Good guys. I mean, Frank, who was like one of my best friends ever, I used to ask him, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Did you fall asleep for about a year in the seminary? He said, what are you talking about? He was doing like gay marriages on the side. It's like, you're not supposed to be doing gay marriages. He said, why? I said, you're an ordained priest. You're a parish priest. Haven't you? I know you've read the Old Testament and the New Testament. And that's what he would hang his hat on, which honestly I thought was faulty. He was a great guy. I loved the guy. We were best friends. But I just didn't buy into something as simple as not judging. You're not supposed to be doing this shit. Yeah, but if you look at the Catholic Bible is different than the others. Apocrypha is one of the main sections in it that the other Bibles don't have. Well, the Catholics produced a lot of good students. I mean, look, man, you can criticize anything any way you want, but I'm telling you, man, the Catholic religion was not all bad. What they've done for the poor, what they've done with worldwide poverty, they're not perfect, but they did a lot of good. Interesting, Bopak. Quaker, wow. Yeah, I don't agree with, like, Catholics did some bad shit. And even the Bible talks about, if you interpret it, a pope doesn't make sense. But the Catholics did a lot of good, too. Yeah, good student. Yeah, they made good students. Absolutely right. Back in the 50s and 60s, they beat it, India. No, the Vatican, I missed that on Jeopardy. I got that wrong on Jeopardy. The Vatican's a country. Right, Chris. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I just don't. I think this is what I hung my hat on. And believe me, I probably could have put another 2,000 hours into it. So I'm not saying it was a rational decision. But, I'm watching porn all the time, getting blowjobs from escorts, fucking a couple of girls at the same time, stopping by a massage parlor when I saw it on the exit. And I remember thinking to myself, it's the same logic that I use to you on my YouTube videos with regard to interviewing active drug-addicted prostitutes. I don't want to be this kind of fucking phony. I don't want to be uploading videos that I'm not doing any fucking good just for views and some stupid shit like that. And I thought to myself, you're getting these blowjobs, you're fucking a couple girls at the same time, stopping by massage parlors, watching porn. How could you possibly be a Christian? And I wasn't that interested into it that much anyway. So I thought, yeah, I'm not going to be a Christian then, because I don't want to be that kind of phony, just like I don't want to be that kind of phony on YouTube. And I don't really think that, I know Jesus died for our sins and all that fucking shit, but I don't want to watch porn for 40 fucking years like I've done. And then on Sunday, repent and ask for forgiveness and all this fucking shit. So I just said, fuck it. I'm not saying that the Jesus and the God and all this shit isn't fucking true. I'm just saying that I didn't want to be a hypocrite. So when you ask me, it's like, are you a Christian? I say I'm not. Now, does that give me a green light to do all my crazy shit? Not anymore, but it did before. You know, I told people all the time, hell's got a chair with my name on it. Because I've done, I didn't do anything bad, like venial sins, bad shit. But, and you read the Bible and I'm thinking, holy fuck, man, I am fucked on this goddamn shit, man. They're talking about morals and like porn, lust. I am fucking screwed. So I just decided that I do think believe in intelligent design, which you could interpret as God. But the Jesus story, I never really bought into. And the Virgin Mary, I think, skeptical, and walking on water and the burning bush. The more I read that goddamn bullshit, I just thought, this fucking shit is fantasy, man. This is not reality. Yeah, right, Frisky. Yeah, yep. Like murder and shit like that. The only thing I'll give the Catholics A+ for is purgatory. I think I'd be a perfect candidate for that. You take some fucked up guy like me, some goddamn porn addict, and you send him to purgatory, and they I don't know what they do up there, whether they give you a class or a fucking star on your head. And they said you did a lot of fucked up shit. It's anti-biblical, but a couple months here, and we're going to cleanse you of this, and off to heaven you go. Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like that hell on earth, but I just think it's philosophical, not real. You know? Yeah, John, but according to Catholics, they do. You know what I mean? Tipped well, that's it. I don't know what the fuck to believe, to tell you the truth. I just know that if it came to like porn and shit and infidelity and all that, I was fucked. My religion is, if it feels good, do it. And I'm sure I'm going to pay the piper for that someday. Oh, you think so, John? Another thing that kind of turned me off religion is like you see these people that got like molested as kids and born to poverty and fucking quadriplegic and all this shit from birth. And, it contrasted itself against evolution. You should evolve away from things that hurt you. And I just really decided one day it's a bunch of bullshit. You know? Yeah, I think it fucked up my soul. I don't think it fucked up my soul. I mean, I think I'm a good guy in a lot of ways. But I don't know if it fucked up my soul or not. I mean, believe me, I'd have rather had like, if you could have given me a choice, if I could have picked like, let's make a deal, I'd have picked a different behavior for sure. But on the other hand, I think it made me empathetic to the plight of other people, like with drug addiction and poverty and being born quadriplegic and fucking retarded and everything else. And I don't think I'd be the guy I am now if I hadn't experienced my own indiscretions with what seemed to be morality. So even though I may end up in hell, and I'm not saying it's worth it, I don't think I'd have the attitude that I'd have and the empathy that I have if I wasn't that kind of guy. Yeah, I'm sure if it's as simple as that, and like, I'm fucked. I don't think it's like that though, man. I really don't. I mean, when a ground squirrel gets crushed by a cement truck, what goes anywhere? Anything. I think it's the same thing. I think death is like a colonoscopy. Right now, I'm just like freewheeling it, 66. I'm down here in fucking Nowheresville. It could be a lot worse. I know this. It's all things considered, it's not bad. I mean, believe me, I'd love to flip a switch and think, believe in it wholeheartedly and believe it was true. I'd probably be happier. Oh, thank you, Salty. Appreciate it. I just got baited on all that. Like, I got lured on all that sex shit. I took the bait big time. I mean, if they trapped me, man, whoever engineered it did a perfect job. It was probably easy pickings. Yeah, but that's normal, Blue. That's how the whole thing's set up. They say the best. Well, I don't say they say, but I've heard the best sex you'll ever have is with a committed Christian woman in a Christian relationship. It's probably true. I don't know. I never had it. Where are you, salty girl? Bye, salty. Good for you, salty. Salty, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, a girl. Yeah, but Simka, the theory on that is that one day you won't sin. You'll see the truth. Oh, 45. Okay. Do you really have too much rep? No, you're right, Blue. No, you're right, Simka. See, this is what is good about YouTube, man. If we weren't on here talking this shit, we'd just be like thinking about it and not being able to run it by and get different aspects and opinions from people. I mean, even though I bitch about YouTube and I hate those motherfuckers in a lot of ways, it's not all bad. Salty, where are you fishing now? Yeah, it's good to have different views. Yeah, civil discourse. Yeah, I agree, Aletha. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, thank you, Frisky. I appreciate it. But I mean, there's an asterisk connected to my openness and frankness. I can afford to tell the truth now, at least how I see it. It's always subjective, but I'm not running for office. I'm not applying for a job. So I can afford, so it's easy. I mean, I wouldn't be talking all this shit if I was 22 applying for jobs. Good for you, salty girl. No arguing. But it's the sign of a higher IQ. When you can have a discourse and we can run different things by each other, it's just so much better than hillbilly logic. No, you're right about that. Yeah, I don't know if they would or not. I think that's, you talk about mental illness, which has caused me some big problems, but it hasn't all been problems. And this is a perfect example. I mean, you just have this interest, at least I do, of like telling it how it is, and you just let the chips fall where they may. There's nothing anybody can really do to me, which is comforting. See, like I'm building this fucking house right now, and I'll pay for it, but it's going to be on Marty's property, and he always says to me, he's such a great guy, man. It's like, hey, look, if you ever want your money, I'll write you a check. We can have, and it's like, fuck that, man. I'm going to build this, and I'm just going to like live. And when I die, good for you. I hope you sell it for $1 million. But he asked me, he's a really smart guy. Never went to college, which doesn't mean a fucking thing. But he said, I'm just curious, what interests you about building a house, being on this property, and not being in your name? I said, I don't give a fuck. Good friends, we're good guys. I couldn't be happier than if you got it, though it's not going to be a ton of money. But I'm going to be free. I'm going to be totally free. I can go and call the mayor of Detroit a two-faced, self-serving cocksucker. You can sue me for libel and slander, and you're not going to get anything because there's nothing in my name. And hopefully in the last, 15 years of my life, I'm not collectible, and I'm not going to have to spend a ton of money defending myself for telling the truth how I see it. So I'm free in a fucked up, crazy way. It's true. And I'm appreciative of it. Right on, hip to my trip. Yeah, you're right, Dave. Dave, make sure you send me your phone number tomorrow. I'm sure I have it someplace, but I know this sounds crazy and it's a late night chat on YouTube, but this could be a damn golden ticket for you, believe me. Seriously, you just wouldn't believe that you could get it hooked up like this through a YouTube chat. But I know him and I know you. And I know what the situation is. Hey, waiting. How you doing? I would do it if I wasn't old. If I was your age, I would hop on this so quick. Right, Drifter. Yeah, they get laid off, Drifter. Good night, hip to my trip. Hope you feel better. Oh, totally. Like Simca says, it's hours of nothing. It's true, Simca. No, Dave, I think you guys get along fantastic, man. I'm not bullshitting you on this. I'm not kidding you about this at all. His kids don't want it. They don't have anybody capable that's working there now. You're a hard worker. You want to get the hell out of crime. No, this is just how shit works out, man. And this is the greatest guy you'll ever meet in your life. Yeah, thank you, GMA. Thank you. Good to have you. Yeah, Bimbo's cool. Hey, speaking of Bimbo, I'm glad you brought that up because that's another example. Simca, you know this, that should not be open arms by Christians. That is super taboo what Bimbo's doing. That is so anti-Christian, it's ridiculous. Simca, you agree with that, don't you? Yeah, I agree, Alita. Yeah, I like Bimbo. Good night, ICU. Yeah, thank you. It was good. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Yeah, Bimbo's cool. No, I know, but that's the whole idea of theology and commitment and you know, believing in something. So good. No, salty spelled it out right there. Yeah. See, it's not that way for me because I'm not a Christian lifestyle. I mean, Bimbo could go out and suck 1,000 dicks and I'd be fine with it. But as a Christian, that's gotta, set off your alarms. Yeah, but Blue, I mean, I love Simca. I do. I swear to God, I do. I tell you right now, but be careful what you wish for. Yeah, thank you, John. Church and no panties. Yeah, that'd be my first choice. But Salty Girl, I mean, I'm not knocking you, right? But I know you have a couple kids and you said you've never been married. Are you, and please don't take this the wrong way. This is for the sake of conversation. If you had two kids out of wedlock and Bimbo is sucking 1,000 dicks, what's the difference? Oh, you have been married. But we're both kids. You said one night, am I going to get married someday? Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing that I get hung on, Monolitha. Only in a philosophical way. Yeah, right. In a theoretical way, right? Because I'm not a Christian. You're right. No difference. Thank you. Good answer. No, that's all right, John. This is no holes barred. No problem. It is a difference, okay? Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah, I believe that. I agree. That a girl, Salty Girl. Oh, 17 years. You go, girl. When is Simca? Right, Simca. Right, Salty Girl. Thank you, John. Yeah. No, I don't think you need faith for morals, Letha. I think you'd be a great person, like a credit to human behavior and the earth, and not be uh, faithful. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's a sin. That's good. I give my A plus on that. No, I think it's all a bunch of bullshit. I think humans manifest their actions based on their behavior, and being human doesn't have anything to do with faith. I mean, face it, we all got here because of people having sex, whether it was under the right circumstances or not. It's survival of the species. It's no different than a couple hamsters fucking. Yeah, they can blow. No, Simca, yeah, there you go. There's a perfect example, Simca. Yep. It's just like the animal world, man. You think they have faith? I think everything's fair play, but yeah, religion puts a kink in that. Yeah, Simca. Here's another thing, too, that I think about a lot. And I'm not saying this happened with you, Simca, but let's say you do some fucked up shit, crazy. You kill a few people, you get drunk, you cause a wreck, you kill a couple kids and a family. There's not much between doing some bad stuff like that and redemption, like feeling better. And there's not, to me, there's nothing between being that far down in the hole and feeling better about yourself and getting out of it. So when you get that low and you do some crazy shit, or your crack pipe catches an apartment on fire and 20 people die, there's not much between that and finding God. I mean, where else are you going to go other than a church to where they're going to accept you and they're going to, not care about what you did and only look at the future? So it's kind of a no-brainer in a way. It's like you're in the throes of like despair or you're a believer. There's not a lot in between. Oh, thank you, Hey Pug. Hey, I'll tell you one thing. There's some planet that just popped up. See that star over there, you guys? Now that would be southeast. Let me think about this. See that star that popped up? Right, Salty Girl. Can you guys see that star? I've never seen that before, to be honest with you. I'm trying to think. Let me think about this. That would be south. Anybody know what that star would be about? Let me think about this. About 5 o'clock. What star is in the sky right now, 5 o'clock to the south? Yeah, it could be. It's not moving fast enough, Squirrely. It's not moving. I've seen the Space Center before. It's much lower. It's up around like the very barely space. And it's hauling ass. I saw it in West Branch once. Anybody know what star that is to the south? You see it? It could be. Can you guys see that? I've never seen that before. No, I've seen this space station and satellites, They're hauling ass because they're in a low orbit. No, see it right above the tree line? I've never seen that before, to be honest with you. Really? Swirly, how you doing? No, it's a star. It's some kind of thing. It's not moving too fast either. See it? Can't you guys see that bright spot? Oh, good for you, Squirrely. No, isn't that crazy, Steve? No, it's not a plane. It's not. Just staying right there. Oh, yeah, believe me, that's a good standard, Squirrely. No, because it's facing south. No, that astrophysics, a motherfucker. I took that too as an elective, like a fucking dumbass in college. That goddamn thing took 20 hours a week to study, in which I didn't have. Barely passed it. Good night, Simka. Hey, Tazik. To the moon, it's to the east. To the east. No, that class was a fucking bitch, man. That was a big mistake. I should have known because it was 4 credit hours. Yeah, I've done quite a bit. The problem, I've got a good telescope. I just gave Barney my Questar 3.5. But the problem is unless you're like got crazy money, you can see better shit on the internet. I mean, I've had expensive telescopes before, and you look at the moon, you look at Jupiter, you can barely see it. Saturn, Mars, Venus. It's not, you gotta have crazy money to see the good shit. Oh, Saturn? Oh, thanks, Dave. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be Saturn. Yeah, you're right. Thanks. Yeah, I haven't fucked around with that lately. I'm gonna get light switches for these lights, so it's total dark here. That goddamn fucking armadillo's making that crappy smell again. Good night, Squirrely. Yeah, sweet dreams. Yeah, I just gave mine away. Quest Star 3.5. No, you use it for a while, yeah. Same thing with the drone. Yeah, yeah, it's true. Yep. Ugh. Right, Dave. Oh, you're lucky, hey, Pug. Yeah, you're right, Bobak. Yep. Good night, Salty Girl. How you feeling tonight, Blue? Yeah, I think you're right, JMO. Oh, that a girl. So you're what, 1 o'clock, Blue? I think she's 1 o'clock. Or maybe midnight. Midnight, I mean. Midnight. No, I'm going to go there, John. Actually, I got to go there in about 6 days. I'm going to eat there. Yeah, maybe, Blue. They're smart enough, that's for sure. I've never seen this damn planet like this, sneaking up like this. Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, it's bright, Dave. Yeah, it's bright. Oh, thank you, JMO. You know, I'm not sure, Wilford. Yeah, I'm not in Detroit anymore. I don't know. Becky got evicted from her house about a month ago. Sorry about that, Wilford. Yeah, that's the one I see, Dave. I never saw this damn star either. And it must be brighter than hell because I don't see any other stars like I usually do. Yeah, this is left of the moon, Blue, east of the moon. Yeah, go look, Aletha. You'll see it. Look to the south. You'll see it. You can't miss it. It's brighter than hell. Good night, Chris. Yeah, thanks. Look up there to the south. Yeah, you're too overcast, salty girl. Yeah, you're probably right, Dave. See that little bright dot? It's pretty late, Bopak. Oh, okay, Blue. Well, I think I'm going to go to bed, you guys. It's a great chat. Impromptu chat. Yeah, south-southeast, yep. About, let's see, 9 o'clock. Good night, salty girl. Have a good day tomorrow. Blue, you have a good night. Alethea. Bopak took off. Hey, Pug. Dave. See you, Frisky. All right, hey, Pug. Yep, take care. Yeah, thanks a lot. See you, Blue. Yeah, it's fun. Thank you. See you, Dave. Yeah, talk to you tomorrow, Dave.